the crowd. I am Aidan. I am Josh and Anna's Bible study. I'm an apprentice this year. And yeah, I'm just going to give a little testimony on like what college has been like for me following Jesus and like even my life before that. So yeah, as I hear the story of these three men like in the presence of Jesus, it just reminds me of the things that I've risked and the things that I may be risking by saying yes to what the Lord has called me into and to what He's offered me to do. When I think of Joseph and Nicodemus and how they took the body of Jesus, I can't help but imagine how difficult this was for them, not just physically, but like emotionally as well. They were like right there with their Lord who just died, and they had to take His body. Like that was to me that like is crazy. I can just imagine like just sad and distraught they were. The different aspects of this scene remind me of how great the presence of the Lord has been in my life. But also like the hard implications that it has had by saying yes and like by stepping into like what Jesus has called me into. So since coming to college, and especially this year, the Lord has done a lot in my life. Joining the apprentice team, a calling into like leadership and ministry, and then even an opportunity to serve in Bosnia this year on a GP are all things that I would never have imagined, even like last year, that I would be doing, especially in college. These are also things that I wouldn't be able to do without saying yes to what the Lord has provided for me and like saying yes to that call and like recognizing His call and recognizing His presence. And like while all these things are great, they have also come with some hard implications and stuff. Since joining InterVarsity and devoting a lot of my time to events and discipleship, my parents have had a hard time understanding why I'm putting so much effort into this community. There have been multiple arguments and disagreements about how I need to realign my priorities and how all this stuff really isn't worth it because school is the only reason I'm here. Ministry is something that I haven't been the most transparent with them about because I have this fear of just like bringing it up to them because I've already thought about the risk myself. I've already thought about what's going to come if I step into that, and I honestly just don't want to hear it from them because I've already thought about it myself. I just don't want to talk to them about that. Things like financial struggles, criticism for not using my degree and having a stable job, time management, stress, and all these other things are things I know that I would be risking by stepping into this call and saying yes to Jesus in this way. Like I said, with my parents, it might be going a different route than what they want for you. Risking with your friends, maybe letting them down at times to go to a Bible study, large group, or church. Last year, this was the case for me. I met what I thought was a great group of guys at orientation, and I was like, yeah, these are my boys, these are who I'm gonna like go through college with. But once I realized that they wanted to live for the world, and that they wanted to like drink and smoke and stuff and all that, and once I realized that I didn't want that, and I wanted to follow Jesus in college, that was another risk I had, because I felt like I was leaving behind the only group of guys that I knew, and kind of stepping in a community where I didn't know anyone, and that was a big risk that I had to take. If you're in a relationship, risking that relationship to follow Jesus and fix your eyes on Him instead of your girlfriend or whatever relationship you're in is also another risk that men have to take. I know like there's men in here who I've talked to that have done that have said yes to Jesus and no to that relationship that they potentially want to be in or that they were in. Like Joseph and Nicodemus, being in the presence of the Lord has come with its risks. I also feel like I relate to Nicodemus a lot in this passage. In high school, I really didn't have a strong relationship with Jesus. I was kind of just like reading my Bible every so often, only going to church on Sundays, didn't have a community. I was saying no to going to like youth group and like things like that where I was invited, and I was just kind of living for like high school and girls and football and all that kind of stuff, and I just didn't want that relationship with Jesus. This is also where like a lot of fear, like talking to my parents about this kind of stuff comes from, because they knew me then, and I feel like they don't truly know me now, and don't understand like the new life that I'm walking in this community and with Jesus. So even like some old friends that I need to have conversations with them about, that is also a fear of mine of talking to them about these things. And I kind of just talk about a lot of negative stuff, about how a lot of risks, a lot of fear and everything, but God has been doing a lot in my life and in the lives of those around me, and He has shaped me in ways that I never thought I could be changed and shaped. I have a great community, a great group of guys here with great relationships. I have a Bible study where I'm actually able to share vulnerably about where I'm at and things I'm going through. I have multiple people pouring into me, and I've had the opportunity to pour into multiple people here. And most importantly, I have a great relationship with Jesus that I never had before. These are all things I prayed for a long time, or was never able to truly have until I recognized the presence of Jesus and just said yes to being in a relationship and in His presence. So just one question I want to leave you guys with just to ponder is, what are you willing to risk to fully follow Jesus and be in His presence? Thank you.